Welcome back to the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good evening, boys and girls. Are you ready for bed? Are you all snuggled up and ready for the Lights Out bedtime story? Good, because you're in for a treat tonight. That's right, with a book called Dirty Bertie by David Roberts. And a special shout out goes to all you listeners, likers and subscribers who are making our mission of 1,000 ad-free stories forever for boys and girls around the world a reality. Back to the story, because it's all about the story Dirty Bertie by David Roberts. Once upon a time. This is Bertie. He used to have dirty habits. If Bertie saw a sweet on the floor, he would pick it up and eat it. But Bertie's mum would shout, "No, Bertie, that's dirty, Bertie." If Bertie had a bogey up his nose, he'd try to pick it out. But Bertie's dad would shout, "No, Bertie, that's dirty, Bertie." Bertie liked to go hunting for slugs and worms in the garden and play with them. But Bertie's big sister, Susie, would shout, No, Bertie, that's dirty, Bertie." Sometimes Bertie's dog would lick his face, so Bertie would lick him back. But Bertie's gran would shout, "Oh no, Bertie, that's dirty, Bertie." If Bertie saw his cat do a wee on the flower bed, Bertie would do a wee on the flower bed too, and everyone would shout, "No, Bertie, that's dirty, Bertie." Bertie soon learned not to wee on the flower beds, or play with slugs and worms, eek, or eat sweets off the floor, or even lick the dog's face. But there is one dirty habit that Bertie cannot stop. And when no one is looking, he still picks bogies out of his nose. And sometimes he eats them. The end of Dirty Bertie by David Roberts. Here on the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls who like to eat their bogies around the world. Good night.